All right. Welcome to this week's Off the Charts market overview. We'll get started as always with Bitcoin. And again, just repeating kind of what we've been saying for quite a while here is macro, we're still in a significant downtrend here. Basically, until Bitcoin can break above 32K and make a sort of a macro swing higher high, we're going to have to continue to assume that this is a downtrend and treat these rallies like bear market rallies until, proven otherwise. With that said, I think possibly still some more upside here. I like sort of the 26.5K area, somewhere in there. Kind of clean up this, let's make that a little bigger, clean up this inefficiency here. And would still be a lower high and allow for the same structure to continue. Just with everything going on with the Fed, with macro, I just don't think we're in an environment yet where we're going to get a bull market. So let's just sort of enjoy this little rally while it's here. But be sure to be taking profits and, don't drink the Kool-Aid just yet. With that said, I think we have a bullish market structure on sort of a 4-hour lower time frame. So I think you can continue to bid dips and trade this. I think if we came down to 22.4, sort of tag the 200 EMA, that wouldn't be a terrible place to bid. And mainly I'd be targeting sort of the 26.7 region here that I mentioned. If we go below 20K again, really 20.7, that's going to be a lower low. I would look to exit on the next bounce or reassess and sort of see what's going on at that point. But as long as we're above that, we're continuing to make higher lows. We can play this uptrend a little bit here. Switching over to ETH, similar situation. The macro is still a downtrend. We got a little bit more of an aggressive uptrend here. With almost 2x from the bottom. If we call the bottom about 900, 880, nobody bought that. So call it 900. We run up to 1780, nearly 2x there. So a nice little rally. So here's where I would look to bid. This is actually where I de-risked some of my positions. Just took some profits from some lower bids that I had filled previously. Just looking to lock in that profit and ride the rest and, see where it goes from there. So really I would look to put it back in if we come back into 1500, 1550. Just there'd be such a tight invalidation there that I think it would be worth trading. We could trade that basically with 12% risk, a little less. I'd be willing to add back some of what I took out, not all, to make sure to protect all profits. But adding a little bit there on a dip, see if we get another leg up. Actually, just quickly on Bitcoin, I believe this is what I'm looking at. This is where I would be taking profit, sort of 26.7. If we can get higher on a daily time frame, then we start to print an inverse head and shoulder, and then maybe, if that happened, we'd start to look pretty bullish. If we continue to chop up here, pull back, put it in a shoulder, then you can get a pretty good move up. maybe to 48K or so. Not likely, but just something to consider if this starts to play out. We want to have a plan for everything. Yeah, so just real quick, I wanted to mention that. Back to ETH. Similar situation. This is kind of what I had mapped out as just a possible, like, best case scenario. If we were to have already put a low in, and we just chop. I mean, this is a bad squiggle. This is multiple years, but just the idea that we would kind of chop around, stay in sort of a sideways market, let all the weak hands out, that could create an environment where we could see a lot of money FOMO back in and get a real cycle again. Yeah. Let's look at ETH BTC. Okay, so we have a bull cross happening here with the faster EMAs crossing over the 200 EMA. But we're pulling back, so, we just saw this in the individual charts. ETH is outperforming Bitcoin largely, and now we're getting little periods where Bitcoin's going to catch up. That's going to make the ETH BTC chart pull back. But remains to be seen if Bitcoin's truly going to outperform on a larger time frame. It seems doubtful at this point, but maybe that's just me getting emotionally involved. I just prefer to see alts. And Ethereum, it's just more interesting, and I think a lot more people can invest in that, and it's more attractive to me as an investment. In total, again, I mean, this is just very similar. It's almost useless to chart this these days, but reclaiming the EMA ribbon, starting to get a little bit of an uptrend here. We'll see if it's going to peak as a lower high, which I think is more probable, but there's a chance that this makes a higher high and we get a bit more of a rally. Again, I just don't think that's as likely in the sort of macroeconomic environment that we're in right now. GMX was a good play we had recently. We bought in this sort of deviation down here, sort of the fifth. I don't remember it going as low as 13, but I do remember getting some buys at 15, sort of 18, 19 area. And we had 43 thereabouts, so a little better than a 2x in the last 3-4 weeks. So that's when we'll be looking to take some profit on. Rebuy lower. It's a project I'm still bullish on, but we're getting a bit extended. I don't like holding the bag all the way up and all the way back down, so definitely want to lock in some profits to at least be able to have some ammo to buy back lower if this dips down sort of back in. Well, I'll monitor as it goes, but I'd like to see this pull back and make a higher low somewhere around 28, and I would like to get back in there. Other than that, we had a few other coins we played. I know the other guys have been trading a lot more actively than me. I'm more a swing trader. But yeah, it's been a decent few weeks. We made some profits. Let's look to not give it all back and see if there's somewhere else we can get some profits out too. All right, I'm going to stop the recording here. Always, if you want to jump in the Discord, please, the link's below. There's no pressure to join the premium side. You can come and chat with us anytime you want in the free side. There's a lot of public content there too, market updates and stuff, so feel free. I think that's going to do it for today. I'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Bye.